When you actually stop to analyze the physical mechanics of human locomotion, it's, it's a deeply unsettling concept.
Wait, you mean just the simple act of walking?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do it thousands of times a day without a second thought. But physically, biomechanically speaking, walking is essentially just a state of controlled falling.
Right, because you're constantly throwing your weight forward.
Exactly. To take a single step forward, you have to intentionally throw your center of mass out of alignment. You have to temporarily and completely surrender your equilibrium.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you really do.
You just let gravity take over, pulling you down toward the earth, and you just have to trust the subconscious wiring of your brain to, swing your foot forward in time to catch you before your face hits the pavement.
It really is this continuous rhythmic cycle of losing your balance and regaining it. It's like a constant negotiation with gravity.
Right.
A leap of faith repeated ad infinitum, basically.
Yeah, and the philosophical implication there is, it's what caught my attention this week. Because if you refuse to risk that fall, if you stubbornly hold on to your perfect safe equilibrium because you are terrified of gravity taking over, you stay rooted in one place.
You never move forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never grow.
Which, that perfectly frames the central tension we are unpacking today, the biological, psychological, and spiritual necessity of surrendering to a fall in order to grow.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Mochi Tapes, Transmissions from the Last Frontier. We are, as always, so incredibly glad you're here with us again.
So glad to have you back.
For those of you who have been following along, you know exactly what we're doing. We are once again reaching into that dusty, freezing cardboard box full of cassette tapes.
The ones pulled out from under the floorboards of that remote, snowbound cabin.
Right. Deep in the Girdwood Valley of Alaska. We're tuning our dials back to the harsh, dark winter of 1997, locking on to the pirate frequencies of 88.5 FM Glacier City Radio. And we are sitting down to listen to the enigmatic underground voice of the valley, DJ Mochi.
Broadcasting his pirate signal out of a makeshift turret on a local house, just pushing this solitary wave of sound out into the frozen Alaskan air.
Which he did between September and December of that year. And since we've been to this cabin with you in previous episodes, we don't need to spend time painting the scenery.
Yeah.
The smell of the old pine, the hum of the magnetic tape, the absolute silence of an Alaskan winter morning outside the window.
Yeah, you guys already know the vibe.
So today, we have a very specific, intricately layered mission. We're looking at a tape recorded on the morning of a harvest moon with the sun sitting in the 4th degree of Sagittarius.
Right.
And our focus today is not on Mochi the man. We aren't, doing a biography here.
No, we are looking at him as an architect today, like an emotional and sonic architect.
Precisely. We are going to map the almost hidden subterranean connections between the highly esoteric philosophical readings he opens his broadcast with and the deeply intentional, incredibly specific musical playlist he curates immediately after.
Because we all know Mochi utilizes the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar and the Sabian symbols to frame his shows. You've been with us, you know how those systems operate generally.
Right.
But today we're going to look at the mechanics of the specific symbols he pulls and how the music he plays isn't just a soundtrack to his philosophy. The music actually is the active curriculum.
It's a fascinating structure to behold, honestly. We are going to decipher his astrological framework for this specific day, and then we're going to look at how he actively forces the listener to experience that framework.
Through a highly disorienting block of eclectic world music.
Yeah, completely disorienting. Then we have to talk about a very specific mystery we've been tracking across these tapes regarding his heavy rotation of a certain Ziggy Marley track, paired with a devastating second Ziggy track.
That mystery has been driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Same. And finally, we will analyze how he brings this lofty cosmic philosophy crashing violently back down to the snowy, gritty Alaskan earth through a brooding block of 4 alternative rock songs.
So let's just get into it. Let's start the tape.
Yeah. Mochi's voice cuts through the morning static. He's incredibly calm. He refers to himself as the morning boy, the moon boy, noting that thin sliver of a harvest moon still hanging overhead.
Right.
And he launches straight into the daily Sabian symbol. So the Sabian symbol for this exact degree of Sagittarius is, and I quote, a little child learning to walk with the encouragement of his parents.
Which brings us right back to your opening thought about the mechanics of walking.
Exactly.
It's not just a cute image of a toddler, it's a profound mechanical metaphor. Mochi reads the keynote for this symbol over the airwaves, and the phrasing is vital. The keynote is, The natural assistance of superior powers during crises of growth.
Crises of growth. I mean, it implies that growth is not this gentle, passive stretching. It is a crisis. It's a breaking point. Yeah, it's a traumatic rupture of the status quo. Mochi goes into detail here, explaining that at an early stage of development, every living organism has to make a conscious attempt to overcome the immense power of gravitation.
Right, fighting gravity.
Or, perhaps more accurately, the organism has to learn to utilize that gravitation to fulfill its life's purpose. He says this implies passing through a critical state, a crisis of growth and freedom, potency, and individuality. Because learning to walk always symbolizes self-induced, independent progress.
But the element that really grounds this, and Mochi places immense emphasis on this, is that in this terrifying crisis of growth, the individual is not left to flail alone in the dark.
Thank goodness.
Right, the text says, some more evolved powered intelligence watches, encourages, and gives examples to be followed. Now, usually when you hear esoteric readings talk about superior powers, it feels very detached.
Very abstract, yeah.
Very abstract. But Mochi immediately grounds this cosmic concept into the visceral, physical reality of the listener sitting in Girdwood, Alaska at that exact moment.
Because he tells them to look up at the sky.
He literally tells them there is a power and intelligence in the sky right now. He references the aurora borealis, the northern lights, which had been blazing fiercely over the valley that entire weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he calls the aurora the aura of the earth coming in contact with our soul.
That is beautiful.
He's drawing a direct line. He's telling the listener, you are the child in the symbol. You are the one trying to learn to walk. The gravity you are fighting is your current limitation, your ego, your fear of falling. And the aurora borealis, pulsing in the dark. That is the parent smiling down on you, offering you the encouragement to take the step.
And notice the seamless way he layers this Western astrological concept over his Mayan Tzolk'in calendar reading for the day.
Right, because he always brings the Mayan calendar in.
Exactly. And since we are familiar with the Mayan framework on this show, we don't need to retread the history of the calendar itself. But we do need to look at the mechanics of the specific energy of this day. The sign for the day is CIMI, the world bridger.
And it is paired with tone 10, right? The planetary tone of perfect manifestation.
Yes, and that pairing is explosive. Tone 10, mechanically speaking, is the energy of intention becoming reality. It's about connecting with your core essence to manifest your desires by sending a pure vibration out into the universe.
Okay.
But here is the catch. You cannot manifest anything new with tone 10 unless you first engage with the brutal energy of CIMI.
And Kini's energy is not for the faint of heart. Mochi lists the qualities on air, and they read like a ledger of psychological surrender. He lists death, release, transmutation, forgiveness, humility, and sacrifice.
Right. Mochi describes CIMI as the power of death, but he clarifies that death, in this context, means the power to equalize.
Equalize, okay.
He tells the listeners point blank that adhering to seemingly known constants will prevent new growth. Think about the gravity we discussed. The known constant is sitting safely on the floor. It is comfortable. It is secure.
Yeah, you aren't going to fall if you're already on the floor.
Exactly. But to walk, you must initiate a death of that safety. You must equalize the fear of falling with the necessity of moving forward. You must surrender and transmute what has been.
Okay, let me pause you there, because he takes this concept of CIMI, of bridging, and he drops what I think is the decoder ring for the entire broadcast.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
He says that the creative action of CIMI purifies ideas by creating a bridge from the subconscious to the spirit. But his definition of the subconscious is wild.
It really is.
He says the subconscious is everything you see around you, everything you currently believe is quote-unquote other, but is actually yourself. You just haven't identified with it yet.
That is the crux of the entire tape right there.
He follows it up by saying, just think how different it would be if you treated everything as an extension of yourself.
And if we take that statement, treating the other as an extension of yourself, and hold it up against the musical selection he plays next, we witness something brilliant. He doesn't just read the philosophy. He forces the listener to enact it.
Because he is about to put his audience through a very real auditory crisis of growth.
Yes, exactly.
Because right after delivering this heavy philosophy, Mochi cues up a block of world music that induces absolute cognitive whiplash.
The transitions are practically non-existent. He forces these disparate global sounds to collide directly over the pirate airwaves.
Let's break this auditory experience down because it is jarring.
Mm.
So, track 1 starts, and suddenly your snowy Alaskan cabin is filled with this heavy, traditional Latin Catholic chant.
Right, very somber.
You hear these deep, echoing voices, Patrimonio Potente Jesu, Espiritu Santo, Maria Virgin. The reverb makes it sound like it was recorded in the cavernous stone belly of a 14th century European cathedral. It is solemn. It carries the weight of ancient institutional religion. It demands stillness.
The texture of the sound is incredibly grounded and heavy.
But then, abruptly, the solemnity shatters. The cathedral vanishes, and you are thrust into an upbeat, incredibly peppy, accordion-heavy Eastern European track.
It's Lithuanian folk pop, right?
Yes, Lithuanian folk pop. The tempo doubles. The lyrics, Arjum stu min bangut kur o katai, are bright, almost bouncy. You've gone from a dark monastery to a vibrant, sunlit Baltic village dance in a matter of seconds.
The tonal shift alone is enough to make a listener reach for the dial. But he doesn't stop.
No, he really doesn't. From the lively Lithuanian accordion, the broadcast suddenly morphs into these hypnotic, sweeping Arabic prayers. The vocal melisma, the singing of a single syllable while moving between several different notes in succession, is stunning.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's a soulful, echoing desert soundscape that feels vast and completely untethered from the Baltic village. And just as you start to sink into that mesmerizing rhythm, the floor drops out again. He throws you straight into a gritty, rhythmic, aggressive Spanish dancehall and reggae beat. The bass kicks in and the lyrics hit hard. Yo vengo a chingar.
It is a deliberate sonic manifestation of CIMI.
Okay, I have to push back here for a second.
Go for it.
We are talking about a pirate radio DJ in 1997 broadcasting from a turret in a ski town where the primary demographic is snowboarders and transient seasonal workers.
Yeah, the local ski bums.
Right. Isn't it entirely possible that Mochi just had a massive CD binder, flipped it open, and lazily grabbed whatever 4 discs were sitting in the sleeves? I mean, are we over-intellectualizing what might just be the random chaos of an amateur radio host? How do we know this is a deliberate spiritual curriculum?
It's a completely fair question. If this block of music occurred in a vacuum, I would agree that it might just be eccentric programming or just him being lazy.
Yeah.
But you have to look at the chronological placement. He plays this immediate string of radically different cultural tracks seconds after explicitly defining the subconscious as that which you believe is other, but is really yourself, and challenging the listener to treat everything as an extension of yourself.
Wow.
That is not a coincidence.
So you're saying the music is the test?
Yes, exactly. Let's look at the psychology and neuroscience of how we consume music. The human brain is a prediction machine. When we listen to music, our auditory cortex is constantly seeking pattern recognition.
Right. We want a beat we can follow.
Exactly. We want the rhythm to resolve in a way we expect. We want the genre to remain consistent because it requires less cognitive load to process. When you are listening to a solemn Catholic Mass, your brain settles into a specific predictive groove.
And when the Lithuanian accordion kicks in abruptly.
It triggers a mild neurological stress response, a cognitive dissonance. The brain's predictive models fail. It is literally an auditory crisis of growth.
Oh, wow.
To the average local listener in Girdwood, a Latin Mass, a Lithuanian pop song, an Arabic prayer, and Spanish dance hall represent the ultimate other. They are foreign languages, foreign cultures, and foreign religious expressions.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The human ego naturally categorizes these sounds as not me. The instinct is to reject the input because it doesn't fit the known constants of a local ski town's reality.
Wow. So by forcing these vastly different global voices into a single, continuous, uninterrupted stream, Mochi is acting as the world bridger.
He really is.
He is taking away the borders between the sounds. He is challenging the listener's ear, essentially asking, can you listen to this Arabic prayer, this Baltic accordion, this Catholic chant, and treat all of them as an extension of your own human experience?
He is asking them to learn to walk musically, to surrender their local, ego-driven musical preferences, that gravitation that keeps them rooted in what they know, and bridge their spirit to a global consciousness.
That's
It
incredible.
requires the exact humility and surrender that CIMI demands.
That reframes the entire listening experience. It's not just a playlist, it's an exercise in ego dissolution. And that concept of the ego seamlessly transitions us into a very compelling mystery that we have been tracking across the last few Mochi tapes.
Ah, yes, the repeat offender.
Right. So if you've been listening to our coverage of this era of Glacier City radio, you know that Mochi rarely repeats himself. His catalog is vast. But over the last 4 or 5 broadcasts, Mochi has played the exact same song.
4 or 5 weeks in a row.
It's Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, featuring Wyclef Jean. A track called Everyone Wants to Be, from the album Fallen is Babylon. Now, in the context of pirate radio, a DJ spinning a favorite track multiple times isn't an anomaly.
Sure.
But given how hyper-intentional Mochi's thematic programming is, the fact that he keeps hammering this specific, aggressive, almost gangster-leaning reggae track really stands out.
Especially when you analyze the lyrical content he is choosing to inject into this small mountain community week after week.
Right, let's look at those lyrics. The song has this driving, pulsing, rhythmic repetition. The chorus is relentless. Everyone wants to be the cowboy living life, the wild, wild west. Everyone wants to be the gangster living life like a monster, the superstar driving the catch bullet in your car. And throughout the track, it repeats phrases like, everyone wants to set them tough, and no one is going to back down.
We have to ask, why is Mochi playing a song obsessively focused on gangsters, cowboys, and superstars in a town deeply characterized by wilderness, skiing, and isolation?
Yeah, Girdwood is not exactly the Wild West of the 1800s.
No, it certainly isn't an urban gangster landscape, and it has nothing to do with the glamorous world of superstars.
So what is the connective tissue here? If he's not commenting on the literal environment of the town, what is he doing?
He is commenting on the psychological environment. If we view these lyrics through the lens of CIMI and the Sabian symbol, the repetition makes perfect sense. Remember, CIMI requires the death of the ego.
Right.
The Sabian symbol demands we overcome our gravitational weight to learn to walk. These archetypes Ziggy Marley is singing about, the cowboy, the gangster, the superstar, what are they fundamentally?
Well, they are costumes. They are identities based entirely on external projection.
Exactly. They are the ultimate illusions of the ego. They are false identities constructed by society to project invulnerability. A cowboy represents a rugged, isolated individualism, a total refusal to rely on anyone else or admit you need a superior power to help you walk.
Oh, that's interesting.
A gangster represents imposing your will on others through intimidation and power, an absolute refusal to show weakness. A superstar represents living entirely for external validation and materialism.
And that lyric, no one is going to back down.
That is the pure antithesis of CIMI. CIMI demands surrender. It demands forgiveness. It demands the humility to back down.
So these archetypes are the heavy gravitation that the developing soul has to overcome. By playing this song week after week, Mochi is diagnosing a chronic spiritual illness in the collective consciousness.
Yes.
He's suggesting that the community, or perhaps American society at large, is stuck in this specific crisis of growth. People are clinging to these superficial tough guy roles rather than undergoing the painful transmutation required to actually evolve.
The song acts as a mirror reflecting the absurdity of clinging to these identities. Everyone wants to play the game, they're insane. Mochi is using Ziggy Marley to point out that these societal roles are a dead end.
Because they literally end in violence and destruction, like the lyric catch bullet in your car.
Exactly. You cannot bridge the subconscious to the spirit while you are busy pretending to be a cowboy or a gangster.
Now, I think it's important to insert a quick note here for our listeners. The lyrics of Everyone Wants to Be and Mochi's deliberate heavy rotation of it clearly carry a critique of modern capitalism, materialism, and societal violence.
Oh, definitely. We are analyzing how Mochi utilizes this specific text as a mechanical tool within his spiritual curriculum.
Right, exactly.
And as a mechanical tool, it functions as the diagnostic phase. It identifies the disease of the ego, which makes the placement of the second Ziggy Marley track, played shortly after, incredibly powerful.
Because it shows the terminal consequences of that disease.
Exactly.
Right. If Everyone Wants to Be the Hura is an analysis of the ego's arrogance, this second song is a devastating look at the collateral damage of that arrogance. The song is beautiful Mother Nature.
The thematic pivot here is brilliant. Mochi shifts the focus from the posturing of the human ego to the silent suffering of the earth.
The narrative within the lyrics of this track is haunting. It literally personifies the earth as a mother. The singer describes an encounter. She looked at me with a smile on her face, then she started to cry. She said, "Why did my children forsake me?" She felt like she was dying.
The imagery is potent, but it becomes exponentially more profound when you place it back into the astrological framework Mochi established at the dawn of the broadcast.
Okay, tie that back for me.
Think back to the Sabian symbol, a little child learning to walk with the encouragement of his parents.
Oh, hold on. If we trace that lyric, Mother Nature crying over her children, back to the starting point today, well, not But, that fundamentally changes the meaning of the parent in the astrology reading.
It inverts it. In the Sabian symbol, the relationship is supportive and aspirational. The parent is the superior, powering, watching, encouraging, and giving examples to the child during its crisis of growth.
But in the Ziggy Marley song, humanity is the child and Mother Nature is the parent.
Right. And instead of humanity experiencing a healthy spiritual crisis of growth, humanity's growth, our industrialization, our capitalism, those ego-driven desires to be the superstar or the cowboy that we just discussed is actually destroying the parent.
The lyrics spell it out with brutal clarity. Oh, ungrateful children. When she was young, she was beautiful and strong. The more children she had, the more things went wrong.
Yeah.
The song details how the children have polluted her sacred spaces with skyscrapers and chemical plants, how her tears are falling like acid rain.
The superior power from the astrological reading is weeping. The child hasn't just learned to walk, it's using its new mobility to stomp all over the parent that gave it life. The child's refusal to surrender its ego is literally killing the mother.
And yet, the song also highlights the ultimate unconditional love of that parental figure. The lyrics say, no matter what things they've done, she always be there when her baby crying. She's a mother.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. And she has one simple, desperate plea for the singer. She sits him down and asks him to sing her a song so she can remember love before the skyscrapers and the chemical plants.
This is where the concept of CIMI acts as the remedy. The path to the spirit requires forgiveness and humility. This song acts as a musical prayer for forgiveness from the earth.
Wow.
It's asking the listener, who just heard a critique of their own ego in the previous track, to humbly look at their relationship with the environment. To recognize Mother Nature not as a dead resource to be exploited, but as a living extension of themselves that they are currently suffocating.
It's an incredibly heavy realization. We've gone from the macro-bridging global cultures down to the ego, and now to the physical survival of the earth. And, what I find so masterful about Mochi is how he manages to take these massive cosmic existential themes and suddenly, without warning, snap them into hyperlocal physical focus.
Because right after we deal with the pressure of the weeping earth, we get to the avalanche gun.
The avalanche gun. This moment is the quintessential charm and brilliance of Tyrant Radio. Amidst all this heavy existential philosophy, local reality intrudes over the microphone.
Yeah, it's just so grounded.
Right. Mochi comes on the mic, his voice totally conversational, and he casually drops a local public service announcement. He says, I just got a call from Diane at Alias Resort. They got a new gun number 2, and they're going to be testing it today. So everybody stay off of Max's mountain. They're going to be sighting the gun on Max's, maybe shooting it. Avalanche control, so don't hike Max's today.
Now, if you aren't paying attention, it would be so easy to dismiss this as just a mundane piece of local color. Just a ski town DJ doing his civic duty to keep hikers safe.
Exactly.
But in the context of a broadcast entirely constructed around the energy of CIMI, death, surrender, release, and transmutation, this announcement is stunningly thematic. It is the physical embodiment of the entire broadcast.
Okay, you have to connect those dots for me, because on the surface, an artillery piece shooting at a mountain doesn't scream Mayan spiritual transmutation.
Okay, well, look at the physics of an avalanche. You have a mountain loaded with thousands of tons of snow. Day by day, storm by storm, the tension is building. The gravity, there's that word again from the Sabian symbol, is pulling relentlessly on that mass.
Right.
If left alone, if that tension is allowed to build indefinitely because the snow refuses to yield, it will eventually result in a catastrophic, uncontrolled disaster. A deadly, spontaneous avalanche that wipes out everything in its path.
Okay, I follow the physics. The pressure builds until it breaks.
So, what is the strategy of the ski patrollers? What is the purpose of gun number 2? They use explosives to trigger a small, controlled death.
Oh.
They initiate a massive, violent release of energy on their own terms. They force the unstable snow to surrender its position and transmute from a looming, deadly threat into a harmless, settled base.
Oh, wow. That is literally the mechanical definition of CIMI.
It is a physical manifestation of CIMI happening on the very mountain Mochi's broadcasting from that morning. Psychological surrender works via the exact same mechanics.
That is wild.
If you hold on to your ego, if you refuse to equalize and release your old traumas and habits, the psychological tension builds until you have a breakdown. You have an uncontrolled emotional avalanche. You have to trigger a controlled explosion in your own consciousness. You have to intentionally let go before the mountain comes down on you.
I am thinking back to Mochi's words from the top of the show. Adhering to the seemingly known constants can prevent new growth. The known constant on the mountain is the unstable snowpack. It looks safe, but it's deadly. You have to destroy it to make the mountain truly safe to walk on.
Exactly.
Mochi is taking a local warning about artillery fire and letting it resonate as a profound spiritual metaphor.
And that metaphor of the controlled explosion perfectly sets the stage for the final act of this tape, because triggering that kind of psychological avalanche, facing the death of your ego, it is not a peaceful, gentle acoustic guitar kind of process. It is violent and it is messy.
Which brings us to the final block of the broadcast. After spending the morning exploring eclectic global soundscapes, rhythmic reggae, cosmic astrology, and the weeping of Mother Earth, Mochi initiates a massive, jarring sonic shift.
Total shift in tone.
The warm spiritual journey abruptly ends, and we take a plunge straight into 90s alternative rock and grunge. He plays a block of 4 distinctly moody, gritty, introspective tracks.
It is a very deliberate descent. We have to ask why. Why end a broadcast centered on global unity, manifestation, and spiritual bridging with such painful, localized, gritty music?
Well, because the theory is clean, but the practice is dirty. Let's look at the tracks, starting with the first song in this final block, The Silos, a track called Tennessee Fire.
Great song.
Yeah. If the world music block was about connecting to the global subconscious, this song is about pure, unadulterated isolation. The lyrics paint a picture of a driver alone in the dark. I haven't heard from you in ways, photographed so far out of touch. He sings about the exhaustion of the journey, driving by the night, haven't seen a service station 30 miles or so, I'm running out of gas. And the only solace he has, the only connection, is to sing along to the radio.
This song represents the lonely reality of the world bridger on a human level. All the cosmic philosophy sounds beautiful when you read it in a book.
Oh, absolutely.
But the lived reality of trying to grow, of trying to release your ego and face your faults, often feels exactly like driving down a dark, empty highway running out of gas. You feel alienated from the people around you who are still playing the cowboy and the gangster. And the specific detail about singing along to the radio is crucial.
Because the listener in Girdwood is literally sitting in the dark, relying on the radio on Mochi's voice to guide them through the winter. Mochi is acknowledging the deep isolation of his audience. He's saying, I know you feel alone in the dark trying to figure this out, but you have the signal. I am here.
Yes, but he doesn't let them rest in that melancholy. The signal gets rougher. The friction increases.
The second song is Dinosaur Jr., I Ain't Saying from the LP Where You Been.
Yeah.
This is where the physical pain of transmutation really starts. The guitars are fuzzy, distorted, and the lyrics are visceral. Eyes are burning up, now I'm learning.
Yeah.
And then it dives into this excruciating description of painful habit. It won't stop peeling, but you're hooked. You just stop dealing. Need a ceiling because you're floating off again.
Remember the Sabian symbol about the struggle against gravitation?
Yes.
This song embodies the agonizing mechanics of that struggle. The peeling, the feeling of being hooked, the inability to stop dealing with a destructive cycle. This is the gritty reality of addiction. It's the reality of deep-seated habits. It is the painful friction of personal growth.
Because it's hard.
It is. When you try to surrender the ego fights back viciously. You feel like you're floating off again, losing your grip on reality, and you desperately need a ceiling to ground you.
It's the messy, ugly part of CIMI. Releasing old patterns hurts like hell, and the pain deepens in the third song, which is an absolute cultural touchstone of the 90s. Smashing Pumpkins, Disarm from the album Siamese Dream.
A masterpiece of a track with sweeping strings and acoustic guitars, but placed in this specific context, it becomes completely devastating.
The lyrics are iconic, but listen to them through the lens of what we've discussed today. Disarm you with a smile and cut you like you want me to. The little child in me. The killer in me is the killer in you. What I choose is my choice.
If we connect the little child in me directly back to the opening Sabian symbol...
Oh my God. The Sabian symbol is literally a little child learning to walk with the encouragement of his parents.
Exactly. But Billy Corgan's child isn't being warmly encouraged under the beautiful glow of the aurora borealis. This child is wrestling with profound inherited trauma. The line, "the killer in me is the killer in you," is a dark reflection on the violence and pain passed down from parent to child or from society to the individual.
Right.
It's wrestling with the agonizing burden of free will. What I choose is my choice. This song acts as the shadow side of the astrological reading. It poses a terrifying question. What if the gravity pulling you down is your own inherited pain? What if the parent who's supposed to be encouraging you is actually the source of your trauma?
It forces the listener to confront the fact that bridging the subconscious isn't just an exercise in accepting Lithuanian pop music or foreign cultures. It's about accepting the darkest, most broken, most violent parts of your own psychology.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to forgive the killer in you to move forward. Which brings us to the final track of the broadcast. The absolute culmination of this sonic crisis of growth. The Replacements, with a song appropriately titled Torture.
A painfully fitting title for the end of this journey.
The track is raw, and the closing lyrics are fascinating when you decode them. Paul Westerberg sings, "Kisses from a kissing booth on wheels, your love is away," knows exactly how she feels. Whoa, torture, torture. And then it ends with this specific evocative imagery. Climbing to your rocket ship from 10 to 1, no television coverage for that loser on the run. You hide yourself in darkness, but we're headed for the sun.
This synthesizes the entire architectural arc of the broadcast beautifully. Mochi ends with a song called Torture because the actual lived process of CIMI the surrender, the death of the ego, the breaking of old comfortable patterns, the controlled avalanche of your own mind is torture.
It hurt.
It is painful to learn to walk because it hurts to fall. It is agonizing to look at the damage we've done to Mother Nature, and it is a brutal struggle to fight our own addictions and traumas as heard in the Dinosaur Jr. and Smashing Pumpkins tracks.
But look at the numbers in the lyric. Climbing to your rocket ship from 10 to 1. 10. That is tone 10. The planetary tone of perfect manifestation that Mochi explicitly mentioned at the very beginning of the tape.
It is the exact tone. And the rocket ship in the song is the ultimate final vehicle for escaping gravitation. The child learning to walk has evolved. They aren't just walking, they are launching into the cosmos.
Wow.
But notice the grounding reality of the next line. There is no television coverage for that loser on the run.
Right. This isn't the superstar from the Ziggy Marley song. There are no cameras.
This is a solitary, unglamorous inward journey. You may feel like a loser. You may feel like you are hiding in the darkness of a freezing Alaskan winter, running from your demons there.
But we're headed for the sun.
That is the ultimate destination of all this pain and surrender. The light.
You know, I have a confession. Sometimes when I look at these deep esoteric frameworks, I worry that we are getting lost in the clouds. I worry that astrology and Sabian symbols lose their utility because they are too detached from the dirt of human life.
Right, they can feel a bit inaccessible.
But I look at what Mochi did here. He structured this broadcast to take us from the lofty, idealized heights of cosmic astrology and global unity, and he deliberately, methodically dragged us down into the messy, painful, lived experience of the individual.
Because true spiritual bridging cannot exist merely in abstract thought. It can't just be a world music playlist you put on in the background. It must eventually happen in the dirt.
Yeah.
It happens in the car running out of gas on a dark highway. It happens in the struggle with addiction. It happens in the painful memories of childhood trauma. Mochi takes the cosmos and grounds it in the grit of grunge rock.
Let's take a collective breath and look at the sheer scale of the journey we just went on. From a single dusty cassette tape recorded in 1997, DJ Mochi curated an absolute masterpiece of emotional architecture.
He really did.
We started with the mechanics of walking, looking at a child fighting gravity under the energy of the world bridger. We experienced a jarring global soundscape that forced our brains to abandon pattern recognition and challenge our borders.
Yes.
We heard a blistering critique of the false ego, the cowboy and the gangster, and we wept with Mother Earth over the collateral damage of our industrialization. We learned the physics of an avalanche gun, understanding that sometimes you have to violently force a release of pressure in your own mind to survive.
The controlled explosion.
And finally, we descended into the beautiful, isolating torture of personal growth, acknowledging our inherited trauma before climbing into a rocket ship headed for the sun.
It is a remarkable, profound piece of underground art. And honestly, it leaves us with a lingering question regarding that very first Sabian symbol we discussed. The symbol states that during our crisis of growth, a more evolved power and intelligence watches and encourages.
Right. The parent helping the child walk.
Right.
The Aurora Borealis.
We so often assume that the superior power has to be external, a god, or the stars, or some unnameable cosmic force. But considering the deep, human isolation expressed in the final block of music, and the reliance on the radio as a tether in the dark, What if that superior power isn't external at all?
What do you mean?
What if the voice coming through the radio challenging you, disorienting you, comforting you, forcing you to grow is the parent? Or, taking it a step further, what if the collective consciousness of our own future, healed selves, is the very parent trying to coax humanity into taking its first real steps?
Are we both the parent and the child? Are we broadcasting a signal into the dark, hoping our current selves will hear it and learn to walk before we fall too hard?
That is a heavy, beautiful thought to chew on as you go about your day. Check your own gravity today. Where are you holding on too tight? Where do you need to let yourself fall? Thank you so much for joining us as we unpack another layer of this incredible mystery. Remember, whether you're climbing a mountain, driving down a lonely highway, running out of gas, or just trying to surrender a stubborn piece of your ego today, keep listening to the frequencies between the static. We'll see you next time on the Mochi Tapes.
You're listening to 88.5 with Mochi, the morning boy, the moon boy, a little sliver of the harvest moon overhead. Today the sun is in Sagittarius, the 4th degree, the moon is in Libra. The Sabian symbol for today is the little child learning to walk with the encouragement of his parents. The keynote to this symbol is the natural assistance of superior powers during crises of growth. At an early stage in its development, every living organism must make an attempt to overcome the power of gravitation, or rather to learn to use it in order to fulfill the purpose of its life. This implies passing through a critical state of growth in freedom, potency, and individuality, inasmuch as walking always symbolizes self-induced progress. In such a crisis, the individual is not left alone. Some more evolved power and intelligence watches, encourages, and gives examples to be followed. There is some power and intelligence in the sky this weekend, Saturday night, blazing overhead. The aurora borealis, the aura of the earth, coming in contact with our soul, lighting up the sky with the fire. Check out the moon if you're near a window, if you're out in your car. It's up over Virgin Valley. It's a thin little crack from the dream state, peeking into your waking state.
spectacular. A new stereophonic sound 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 spectacular.
As I was saying, stereo is full of surprises.
Aš mėgstu mėlyną į dangų, žvaigždutės, kur žyba aukštai. Aš mėgstu ir tamsiąją jūrą, ir jos šviesiausias bangas. Aš mėgstu ir tamsiąją jūrą, ir jos šviesiausias bangas. Aš mėgstu aušrinę žvaigždutę, žvaigždutė, kur žyba aukštai. Aš mėgstu ir melsvas akutės, tamsias gražias akutės. Aš mėgstu ir melsvas akutės, tamsias gražias akutės. Sudieu, aš jau greit išvažiuosiu, gal nesimatysi niekados. Paveikslą tavo sumylėtą, širdyje nešiosiu visur. Paveikslą tavo sumylėtą, širdyje nešiosiu visur. Tuojaus tu sulauksi laiškelį, rašytas su ašaroms bus. Atminti praeitąjį laiką, brangusis kitos nemylėk. Atminti praeitąjį laiką, brangusis kitos nemylėk. O gal ir ateis toji diena, kada susitiksim drauge. Ir vėl taip linksmai sau dainuosim, ir vaikščiosim sodu tuo pačiu. Ir vėl taip linksmai sau dainuosim, ir vaikščiosim sodu tuo pačiu. Ilgai reiks man
line since the day she turned 3. I felt real bad, so I took her in as a second personality. Just yesterday, Mom said, got a dad, I'm moving out, I'm moving into the city. Getting big titties, gonna look pretty with a pink dress on. She's gone, ain't no way she's come back, too bad. I ain't gonna get sad, no way I'm gonna get sad. Someday you'll come to me, supersonic personality. Never know just where we'll be. Secret source of reality. It's all about me and my other personality. It's all about me, the supersonic personality. Tone deaf Jeff was in a day later. Found him in a restaurant, bitching to the waiter. He was moody, he was jaded, he was always constipated. Let's face it, he was everything I hated. Jeff, this brain's not big enough for the two of us. Take your thoughts, take your mood, take your voice, it's out of tune. If you move real quick, you could probably catch next bus. Ain't no room for the two of us. Someday you'll come to me, supersonic personality. Never know just where we'll be. Secret source of reality. It's all about me and my other personality. It's all about me, the supersonic personality.
She looked at me with a smile on her face. Then she started to cry. She said, why did my children forsake me? She felt like she was dying. Oh, ungrateful children. When she was young, she was beautiful and strong. The more children she had, the more things went wrong. Now she's feeling old and cold, and her heart doesn't feel love anymore. Beautiful Mother Nature, she sat me down and told children would sing along and see the wrong we have done. Make amends to mend her heart. She still wouldn't hate none of her children, no matter what cruel things they've done. She'll always be there when her baby's crying. She's a mother you can depend on. Beautiful Mother Nature, she's hoping her children will love her again, like one she remembers before skyscrapers and chemical plants, when she was all that we had, before they polluted her sacred land. Now her tears are falling like acid rain, and her voice sounds like earthquake. I had to beg her, Mother, please don't leave. Give another chance, I'll talk to the kids. Beautiful Mother Nature, she was my beautiful Mother Nature, still is my beautiful Mother Nature. She is my beautiful Mother Nature, still is my. I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray. Oh no. But when I woke up this morning, 'cause one was Judgment Day. Sky was all purple, there were people running everywhere. Trying to run from my destruction, no, I didn't even care. They say 2000 party's over, oops, I left to hunt. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. Oh, they say 2000 parties over, oops, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna cry like it's 1999. No,
Good morning, Girdwood Valley. You're listening to Mochi, Mochi in the morning, Mochi, the morning moon boy, as the sky starts to slowly turn a lighter shade of blue. It's cold outside and snow is piled all over the trees. The whales have gone, left behind their snowy blessings. Today on the Mayan calendar, it is 10 CIMI. 10 is the planetary tone of perfect manifestation. You can align with this tone to help you connect with your heart and your divine essence. What is it you truly desire to manifest? Bring it into your heart and see it in all its perfection. This creates a vibration that goes out into the universe. From this powerful energy thought form, manifestation can take place. CIMI is the Mayan glyph of the world bridger. Its creative action purifies the idea by creating a bridge from the subconscious to spirit. And subconscious is that which you see all around you, that which you believe is other but is really yourself. You just don't identify with it yet. Qualities of CIMI are death, surrender, release, transmutation, forgiveness, humility, and sacrifice. CIMI is the power of death, which is to equalize. Adhering to the seemingly known constants can prevent new growth. Acknowledge and embrace them for the value they have brought you. Then utilize the power of World Bridger to surrender, release, and transmute what has been. As you equalize it, you can reduce your need to hold on to it. From this new vantage point, the bridge appears that connects you with spirit, providing new inspiration and revelation. Just think how different it would be if you treated everything as an extension of yourself.
cowboy, living life the wild, wild west style. Everyone wants to be the outlaw. Well, everyone tough and no one is gonna back down. Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Everyone wants to be the superstar.
They wanna be a superstar.
And live like a star and drive with a fancy car.
You can still catch a bullet in your car.
Everyone wants to get some fame, playing the man's game. Everyone tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. This is sitting rough and no one is gonna back down. Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
Everyone wants to be.
everyone wants to be the gangster, living life like a monster. Everyone want to play the game, they're insane. Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Capone said them tough and no one is gonna back down.
Hey yo, warning to informers and traders. First one die will be the instigator. Who died and left your commentator? Out of body experience, see it's not all good. Look into the eyes of who was once Clint Eastwood. Fire Kumbaya for backup for Libya. Soldiers, hold your fire, I see Ethiopia, I hear you boast about who you chose around the coast, but once you hear the fire, you vanish like demon ghosts, you sucker.
Everyone wants to be the cowboy, living life the wild, wild west style. Everyone wants to be the outlaw. Well, everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, yes, sir.
Sandokan said him tough and no one is gonna back down. Jesse James said him rough and no one is gonna back down.
Come on. Come on. The year 2000 coming, watch out for the show. I mean, Ghetto is coming back.
listening to 88.5. It was Mochi, the morning moon boy, shining overhead here in the valley today. Welcome into the morning, all you getting ready for work, getting ready to play, getting ready to ski, getting ready to go out and be under the sun Ra. She's on her way, bringing us the magical light. We're within the 40-day window of the solstice sun, that magical low light flying, light vibration coming at us when Sanjara shines upon us with her vibrations. Today is someday on the zodiac calendar. It's Sagittarius 4th degree, a little child learning to walk with the encouragement of his parents. The keynote to this symbol is the natural assistance of superior powers during crisis of growth. At an early stage in its development, every living organism must make an attempt to overcome the power of gravitation, or rather to learn to use it in order to fulfill the purpose of its life. This implies passing through a critical state of growth in freedom, potency, and individuality, inasmuch as walking always symbolizes self-induced progress. In such a crisis, the individual is not left alone. Some more evolved power and intelligence watches, encourages, and gives examples to be followed. Tap into that power, consciousness, and intelligence today as you're out there underneath the blue dome, soaking in the warm sunlight of Sagittarius, 4th degree. I just got a call from Diane at Alyeska Resort. They got a new gun number 2, and they're going to be testing it today, so everybody stay off of Max's Mountain. They're going to be sighting the gun on Max's, maybe shooting it, avalanche control, so don't go hike Max's today.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
kisses from a kissing booth on wheels. The sound is pretty poison on the envelope she seals. And your love is far away, and he knows exactly how she feels. Who's torture? It's you, it's torture. What new? You climb into your rocket ship and count from 10 to 1. There's no television coverage for that loser on the run. You hide yourself in darkness, but we're headed for the sun. It's torture. It's you, yeah, torture. What to do is torture. Without you, it's torture. You're tighter and tired, tired. Yeah, torture. And 809 is rocking with a party full of lies. And on the 10th floor smoking till the sun's about to rise. There's trouble in 302, can't you see it in my eyes?